Guten Tag, have you ever been to Prague? Guys, today we are hatching two new dragons, both of these being epics, but to start off with we have the wonderful little Singularity Dragon to go through, because this is the reward dragon for getting part of the Zodiac collection finished. So when picking the Singularity Dragon, this trainer suddenly loses all sense of time, space and reality, moving yet not moving, seeing past, future, present, and maybe don't pet the Singularity Dragon. Oh, come on game. You can't tell me not to pet it. Of course, if you tell me not to pet it, I'm going to pet it. That is like rule number one, not to say. But regardless, the Singularity Dragon, we got him a few days ago after we got the Virgo, and you can see he is the second dragon as part of the Zodiac Dragons collection. When we get all four, we will unlock the Zodiac Dragon, so we're halfway done. But little Esso here is a Void, Shadow, and Energy Dragon. He could be useful if you've just unlocked Shadow and say you want the Void for whatever reason, but obviously probably shouldn't use him on a late game team. But I do quite like the design of this dragon, although his eyes are a little bit funky, but you know, it's just like the nice blue outlines and everything. I'm a big fan of that. But you know, let's hope that we get to keep all of our dragons in that, because I'm actually moving house tomorrow. So let's put a prayer in chat and hope that the PC doesn't get destroyed. You gonna do that with me, Singularity Dragon? I've pet you, that's the least that you can do. Wish my PC good luck in the moving. But anyway, I mean, I don't know why he has a planet on his tail. Reminds me of something like the black hole, and there's a couple of other dragons that just have planets on their tails. It's really weird, really strange. Try and rebreed for the Dragon of the Week, didn't get it. Oh well. So time skip ahead quite a few hours, and here we are. We have our beautiful little Tundra Dragon to hatch. I'm actually a big fan of this egg. You know, it's just the simplistic designs, but they've got their own little flair to it. Like, this almost looks artsy with the way that they've done that. I really like it. And the Tundra Dragon has the body, like this body type of these dragons. I love how long they are. Anyone else? I don't know, maybe it's just me. But the Tundra Dragon lives in tight-knit societies in the frozen wastes of Dragonlandia. This trainer was once invited on one of their Arctic fruit voyages or forages, not voyages, that is very forages, where he promptly froze his beard off. Alright, well that didn't sound like it was a particularly enjoyable excursion then. But these dragons as well, what I really like is when you pet them, they just fall asleep. They just fall asleep. I like that, just swell, their little tails swaying backwards and forwards. But Tundra, he is a wind, water, and energy epic, so he's more of an early game epic. Basically, the way that it goes with these epics is, as soon as you get light and shadow, you should really get a light and shadow dragon. If you don't already have, you know, tons of legendaries and that to use, just use light and shadow dragons. But until that point, if you can get some good epics with a wide variety of elements, you can use pretty much whatever you want. But having more elements is better than just using like a little common, because then you can do stuff like castle events and things like, don't look at the food so angrily. I don't even know if I'm going to feed you up. Look at him! Oh. Do not bite the hand that feeds you, my friend. Oh, he looks pretty happy while he's eating. I guess that's some solace. But yeah, like I was saying, the early game epics, doesn't really matter what you use, because the main thing that's going to let you progress in the map is going to be, you know, dragon level, rather than it being how good the actual dragons themselves are. Which is why worrying about how good your team comp doesn't really matter too much until you're in the late game, as long as you're making sure you've got as many elements as you can. And something you'll probably never be able to unsee, the Tundra Dragon, for whatever reason, his eye is on his horn. Why is his eye on his horn? Anyone want to riddle me that? How does that work? I thought that the horns were made of bone, or some sort of, you know, like rhinos or hair. But no, apparently they are part of his face, and his eyes can, I don't know. I don't know, it spooks me a little bit. I don't know why the eye's there. Maybe the horn should be a little bit shorter, like go up to like half the length maybe? I don't know, it freaks me out a lot. I mean, it's obvious from the egg that the dragon was supposed to have long horns, but I don't know if they're meant to be that long. You get what I'm saying? Hope you get what I'm saying. But in terms of the rest of breeding DML and things like that, we haven't really gotten too much else. But we really are trying to hold out for that DECO Dragon. You know, since we've gotten 4 extra tickets, let's open 4 chests. Look, we're probably not going to get anything. No, literally nothing. As soon as we see just epic pieces or below, we get no value out of these chests pretty much, because we need to be getting divine or legendary pieces. Because to get a pep, we need to get just a DECO, and then we will get a free legendary, a pep dragon. And I never bought him before. I really want to get a hold of this snaky boy, although we'll probably end up getting Chrono a pep. But DECO Dragon, we need to get a second one because we already have a DECO Dragon. But with the way that these events work, you have to get a duplicate during the Divine Chest period, and you need to hatch it. Or if you already had a duplicate in your inventory, you can hatch that, and that will also count towards it. So if you ever get duplicates of the chest dragons, always take 1 duplicate and keep it in case there's a future event. This is especially the case with legendaries, because for instance, the DECO is going to be a massive pain to get a hold of. So if you ever get duplicates of legendaries, I highly suggest you take at least 1 of them for any future events that you might have. Which is pretty simple, but oh boy, all of this effort just for 1 legendary, and my throaty is not working. In terms of the divines, we're like a third of the way there on Osiris, and we are very far away on Chrono Seth. But you know, with Chrono Seth, if you want to get him for free, you pretty much have to bank on getting those 300 pieces. For Osiris, if you were here for his previous event, which I was, but that was on my mobile account, and I think I got like 60 pieces for him or something, so it'd actually be at around 108-ish, something like that. But because I never played it on PC, that means that progress is really fallen behind, unfortunately. Which is really sucky. It's not like I intended for it to be like that, but you know, sometimes you just have certain things going on. It's like, yep, I'm not going to be able to log into my PC, so there's no point me trying to do these events on PC DML. I haven't logged into Android DML in, well, probably many months now. It's been a while, let's say that much. So we still do have quite a few limited time dragons on our Android account that I still don't have on PC. So maybe one day we'll take another look, but I'm just not really, I haven't cared enough. It's like, it's tiresome enough trying to get through DML just on 1 account that I don't really want to have to do it on both accounts. Because when I've got both accounts open, I feel like I have to do the event on both accounts. And eventually I just got bored of doing it. Stopped doing it. Which, you know, I think that's the general gist with this game. If you're not enjoying doing something in the game, just don't. If you really detest doing enchantment battles, I think you'll be better off not doing them, rather than forcing yourself to do them and, you know, just growing a greater hatred for every moment that you play. Because otherwise you're probably going to end up getting burnt out, and then you'll probably give up, and then you'll throw away all of your progress, and that's very counterintuitive, I've heard. You know, what's worse than making slow progress? No progress. Like, don't get me wrong. I think the main thing that still drives me to DML, apart from, you know, the community and the Discord servers and things like that, it is because, you know, they've gotten a cool selection of nice looking dragons. But that's pretty much it at the moment. I'm literally living off fumes because, you know, the bottomless dungeon was a disappointment. The divine events coming every 2 months are pretty annoying. And I'm just not a big fan of the every single event type in the game. I was so excited for endless dungeon mode. I've said it so many times. I was so excited for an actually endless mode in this game. They made it sound so good. They made it sound... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Can someone please give me a strepsil? But they literally made it sound so much better than it was. And, you know, they left out the big glaring issue that for it to be, air quotes, endless, you need to either bug abuse, which a lot of people did, or you need to have the exception divines, and, you know, Freya's really good for it, because if you use wind on the enemy dragons, and then you sort of buff up your team, make sure you've got water, when you've got all of the, like, attack and health multipliers, eventually it is possible to make yourself invincible, but it literally takes an entire week to do that, and it's very specific team comp, or a lot of gems, and it's just not worth it. Like, when they say it's a bottomless dungeon and endless mode, I thought it would actually be an endless mode for everyone to enjoy. But, you know, screw me for thinking that, I suppose. Why would I think something like... Why would I think that an enjoyable sounding game mechanic would be implemented for free? My mistake. My mistake. I will never make that mistake again. Ugh. But, you know, a way of keeping me sane with all of the mindless enchantment league grinding, event grinding, although to be fair, I'm not doing the Dragon's Delight event, I couldn't force myself that much. But, you know, a way to keep yourself sane is to, you know, go out, do some other stuff, just don't really bother too much with DML for a little while. Play some other games. You know, I really, really highly recommend to people that are feeling burnt out with DML to, you know, go and try some other stuff, whether that's other free games or just something completely different that you're not used to playing, because sometimes you need a big change of pace, and going from one timer-based mobile game to another timer-based mobile game is probably not going to actually, you know, give you the break that your brain's looking for, you know? It's just like, I played Minecraft for like 30 minutes yesterday for the first time since 2016. It's been like 3.5 years since I've opened Minecraft, and I first started playing Minecraft, I think it said in 2011, so I think I've had a Minecraft account for about 8 years. Very nostalgia, but, you know, it just felt so simplistic, going back to something so simple. Even though I didn't play it for very long, that I wasn't really looking to play something for very long, but it was just so different from, you know, having to come in, breed, and then suddenly you gotta wait another 12 hours or another 2 days before you can use your breeding den, and then you go and do one part of the event, but then you've got to wait another 2 billion hours. You know, I'm sick of the waiting. I'm sick of the waiting stuff. It's not fun. It's never been fun. I know that that's how these games work, but I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. You know, maybe I've reached my cap. After, what is it, 4 years and 8-ish months, or 4 years and 7 months, maybe I'm starting to feel drained with all these timers. Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like it is. You know, you see more threads every single day of people saying stuff like, you know, why are the events like this? Why are the cooldowns so long? Why are the requirements to open the bottomless dungeon chest so high? People are leaving. You know, I don't know whether it's just like in the specific social media channels that I'm in, but I seem to see that so much more than I've ever seen before. Like, sure, big people in the past have just quit playing the game because they got bored. It happens. Everyone gets bored of it. Some people get bored faster than others. Sure, that's fine. I get that. But it feels like a lot of people, even the more casual people, have just started complaining a lot more. I'm not sure if it's because they, like, Gameloft suddenly did something different, or if it's just, you know, throwing all of these events one on top of the other has finally started to, you know, catch on with the general players. Like, whoa boy, this is a little bit too much. You know, I'm not sure. Again, maybe I'm just seeing it too much because I'm in select social media channels and things like that, but I get the feeling that that might not be the case. But, you know, you can always feel free to let me know what you think. If you really, really love the game and every single facet of it, you know, power to you. I'm very glad that you get to have so much fun. But, you know, me as a player, I don't think I've ever truly, air quotes, enjoyed the events in DML. And I think the difference was that being forced to do so many, one after the other, it's just too much. No, there's only so much torture a person can withstand. Yep. Maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but that's what it feels like sometimes. It's like, oh, I want to get a single level up. Single enchantment level up on my Tundra Dragon. Oh, well, you need to do 60 enchantment league fights and hope that you get lucky mat drops. Thank you, game. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy having to sit here and seeing me get void and light elements, or element mats, over and over again. It fills me with so much joy. I love doing the bottomless dungeon and still to this day not having a single chest dragon, not getting a single divine ticket. Oh boy howdy, it fills me with so much happiness. But, you know, the old dungeon never used to give me the limited time dragons that I wanted. This dungeon doesn't give it either. I've just accepted defeat at this point, I think. I've just accepted that I hate the dungeons hate me. Let's leave it at that, you know, just avoid it from now on. I still want that snow ghost, so it's difficult to make that choice, but anyway, I think I've rambled, and I mean, I always end up rambling, but I think I've had enough of a moan today. So like I said, I am going to be moving tomorrow. The movers are going to be here at 8 AM, and that's extortionate. I feel like I'm going to die, but you know, let's hope that the PC doesn't die. If the PC does die, I guess we'll try our best to get everything up and running. But this is just my heads up in case everything explodes. Rest and rip PC if you die. Let's pray and hope that the PC withstands the heavy moving. But for now, I will wish you the very best of luck with all of your breeding. If you're doing the Dragon's Delight event, I hope that you get the mosiac, and I hope that you manage to get that cactus dragon. I will not be getting either of them. Cannot be bothered. But for now, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And until next time, I will see you then.